Rob, what's our second main topic today?
John, our second main topic comes from Zandersaurus. Hello, 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 John and everyone on the show. Jason Blum has tweeted that the Five Nights at Freddy's movie production date will be next year on February 23rd, 2023, along with the Jim Henson Creature Shop, and announced the director is Emma Tammi, who's best known for her Hulu original Blood Moon in the Wind. I've never seen her project works. However, I love to know if you guys have seen her movie projects and if she's a good film director choice for Friday Nights at Freddy's or Friday Night Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's. Did I say Friday Nights? Thanks, and be careful. The animatronics do get a bit quirky at night. That is a Five Nights at Freddy joke for those that know.
I see what you did there. All right, so this is exciting. There's not a lot of horror films that I get super excited about. There's also not a lot of video game based movies that I get excited about. Last of Us is an exception. Oh, that's a series. Still.
My God, does that look good?
It looks so good. But Five Nights at Freddy's is an exception for both. It is the only video game I have ever played. And it was a mobile game, but it's the only game I've ever played that actually gave me the creeps. I've never felt remotely fear or creepy or whatever in any video game I've ever played.
Why do you think that is? Why did it make you?
Probably
why
because
did it
there's such
creep
a
you out?
disconnect. Like I'm always just constantly aware this is a game. I'm playing a game here. Like this isn't even a movie. It's just a game I'm playing.
Yeah, yeah.
But I still remember the first time I played Five Nights at Freddy's. I was laying in bed one night and was already asleep. I'm like, oh, yeah, everybody's talking about Five Nights at Freddy's. I'll download it here quick. And I was on my Android phone at the time, and I'll give this a shot. And I started thinking there were shadows moving in the corners of my room, man. Like I just, it legitimately made me feel really, really creeped out. And the concept of it is such a fun idea. Whenever you take something that is supposed to have childhood innocence to it and turning into something horrific, there's something great about that, right? There's great potential there. And so Chris Columbus, I remember we were talking about, he was attached to direct this for a long time, but I guess for whatever reason that fell apart. Listen, I'll tell you right now, I do not know this director's work. I'm not familiar with it.
Isn't the movie that she directed, isn't Kate Hudson in it?
I'm honestly not sure.
I've seen I think I've seen the trailer for it. It looks really good. It's about a little girl with superpowers and she escapes from some asylum or something and something like that. It looks good.
I can believe it, but yeah, I'm just not familiar with it. But listen, this comes to us from the folks over at Deadline who wrote the following. Given all that IP, it's understandable why Blumhouse, which has a long track record of success with genre franchises, would stick with a film that, 7 years ago, was set to be directed by Gil Keenan from Monster House, then went to Blumhouse in 2017 with Chris Columbus tapped to direct in 2018, and now Tammi in the driver's seat with a start date in sight. Jason Blum said the following, Five Nights at Freddy's is more consistently asked about than any other film I've ever worked on, and I'm thrilled to confirm that it's finally happening. With Emma Tammi at the helm, we're committed to making Scott's vision of the movie come to life. Rest assured, it will be and is worth the wait, said Jason Blum, Blumhouse CEO and founder. So we did a story a couple of weeks ago where some photos came out of the Henson Creature Shop that they were literally building, and we could tell those are Five Nights at Freddy things.
And they've shown more pictures.
More have come out. And that was exciting just in and of itself. Hearing Jason now come out and say, yes, we are fine. Because we've been waiting for years for this. Like literally about 5 years since we were talking about this. And to have it now finally coming into fruition, I'm very excited about this. Blumhouse is the right company to bring this thing to life.
How great is that, by the way?
Working with the Henson Company. I mean, this has got magic. And look, it might be terrible. It might end up being really bad. But right now, this has got magic written all over it. I'm very, very excited about it. Rob, you hear about these developments. What do you think?
I think it's going to be great. I mean, the thing about Five Nights at Freddy's is, I mean, come on,
this
dude.
chicken man gets me every time.
What kid would want to go to this place?
Oh,
Freddy
wow.
Fazbear's.
Again, though, this more than anything, real horror relies on tone.
Yeah.
And like you said, this is going to skirt the knife's edge on tone. You're going to have to get this right because this could be either epic and classic, like one for the ages, or not work at all.
You know what? It reminds me of what I think it should be. I think of something like Shaun of the Dead, because Shaun of the Dead was a legitimately solid horror film and a legitimately solid comedy.
Yep.
And that is the wonderful line that Five Nights at Freddy, because that game is really funny too at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, the same's true of the original Scream.
Yeah,
the original Scream, I think, is a terrific horror film, especially the reveal, and yet at the same time, it's a teen comedy. It's got a lot of spoof stuff in it, but Five Nights at Freddy's, man, that is going to be tough to do.
Yeah,
I mean,
it will
from a
be.
directorial standpoint.
By the way, a day in the live chat is saying Five Nights at Bob Chapek's. There we go. There's a horror film for you.
It's a slasher.
It's a slasher.
Hey, I'd like to direct everybody's attention to after the show, of course, the Five Nights at Freddy's 4 Let's Play on the React channel that I edited. You might want to.
Oh, there you go.
Some jump scares.
You have to give us a link to that one.
I will.
Put that in the description below. All right, guys. Question is for you. What do you think about this? Are you excited about Five Nights at Freddy's? I'll tell you straight up. I really am. I'm not often really excited for an upcoming horror or video game adaptation, but I really am for this one. What do you guys think? Jump down to the comment section below and leave your thoughts there. Guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of this video, MeUndies. Now, guys, I admit for all my life, I have been a low quality underwear wearing kind of guy. I always just got the cheapest pack of underwear I could find because I never really thought about it. Well, that all changed when I started wearing MeUndies. They are simply the softest and most comfortable underwear I have ever owned, and I will never go back. And guys, spooky season is here, and so is the latest Halloween collection by MeUndies. Warning though, it's scary soft. MeUndies is back with a new limited edition prints like Jack Attack, No Body Like You, and Spell It Out. So go on and grab undies, socks, bralettes, and more made from their feels like you have nothing on micromodal fabric. And if you need a last-minute costume, be lazy and transform into a spooky skeleton with their loungewear set, Lazy Bones. Guys, the scary soft hype is real. If you're not impressed with MeUndies, your first pair is on us. That's a promise. To get 20% off your first order and free standard shipping on US orders, go to MeUndies.com/Campea. That's MeUndies.com/Campea.